Hello everyone and welcome to my secret base. Today we are casting The Flash, or more specifically, we are casting the Flashpoint Paradox movie. With rumors, again, that Ezra Miller is being recasted due to him letting his inner Conor McGregor out on a fan, we have decided to recast the role. As we know that Warner Brothers would never cast anyone from the CW for the movies, we won't be casting Grant Gustin for the role of The Flash. Before anything, I just want to remind you to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I believe the Flash movie needs to be Flashpoint, by the way, just because of all the stuff that has happened with the DC universe, between recastings and actors leaving. I think this will be a really good reset for it, and it'll be really helpful also connecting all those parallel universes that we've seen going on with different movies. Also, similar to last week, I'm going to reveal next week's video at the end of this one, so stay tuned for that. Let's get started.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive.
Alright, and the honor of playing the fastest man alive goes to Lucas Till. Lucas is very familiar with playing a superhero as he played Havoc in the latest rendition of the X-Men movies. Lucas would be perfect for this role because he also looks like Barry Allen in the comics. The Flash is known for his quips and being funny and being more lighthearted than the rest of the DCU, like Superman's more straight-faced and Batman is just brooding. Lucas has shown to be quite funny in interviews and even appearing on comedy skits such as for Comedy Bang Bang. In my opinion, Lucas would be a big improvement over Ezra Miller. No disrespect to Miller, but he doesn't really pique my interest as the Flash. Though he was the highlight of the Justice League movie, but Lucas Till's Flash will be the highlight of the entire DCU, which has shown big improvements with the recent movies like Aquaman, Shazam, and hate me if you will, but Birds of Prey. I really enjoyed that movie. It was really good. It was greatly paced, and as well as the upcoming Wonder Woman 1984, which promises to be an incredible movie, and I'm excited for that too. Having Lucas step in for Miller as the Flash could set the next Flash movie to just be an absolute can't miss movie. And also, let's change the Flash's outfit. I'm not a fan of the armor tech looking outfit. Just let's do the regular outfit. For Dr. Henry Allen, I choose Patrick Dempsey. And yes, that Patrick Dempsey. He would do an amazing job as the Flash's father. He's a good actor, having spent a decade playing Dr. Derek Shepherd on Grey's Anatomy. Henry is an extremely important part of Barry's story, as he is the inspiration for Barry joining the police force. This is due to Henry being accused of killing Barry's mother, aka his wife. One of Barry's main goals as a hero is to prove his dad's innocence. In the comics, he dies right before Barry becomes the Flash, but in the CW show, they actually have him die a little after, when Barry proves that he's innocent and he is freed. In this movie, we could see both of Barry's parents alive, which brings me to Nora Allen, which should absolutely be played by none other than the great Betty White. Betty has a lot of experience under her belt, and she would, okay, I'm just kidding. It's not Betty. Some of you bought it, most of you didn't, none of you did. Who writes this stuff? In reality, the person that should play Nora Allen is Connie Britton. Some of you may know her from American Horror Story Season 1. You need somebody motherly to play that role of Nora Allen, and I think she would do a fantastic job at it. While Nora isn't the biggest character, she is absolutely very important to the story, especially in Flashpoint, as she is kind of the MacGuffin of that movie. As Barry goes back to save her, and all the events that happen because of that. In my opinion, they should tie in the events of the 2019 Joker movie to the bigger DC universe. So I am going to work the next few characters as if that's true. And the role of Batman or Thomas Wayne in this Flashpoint movie should go to Brett Cullen. Cullen played Thomas Wayne in the 2019 Joker movie and should reprise his role for this film as well. This will play out just like Flashpoint, with now his son killed during the Joker riots at the end of the Joker movie, with Thomas Wayne being a broken man and dropping out of the election and just becomes the Cape Crusader. Just like in the comics, Thomas joins Barry in the search of the Reverse Flash, who Barry believes is responsible for the events of Flashpoint. And as expected, we would see Batman face off against his greatest nemesis, the Joker, who is going to be played by Imelda Staunton, who some of you may know as Professor Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter series. And I'd like to note that this role was the hardest one to cast, mostly because I had to recast from the actress they had used in the Joker movie, since that actress was pretty unknown and that was like kind of her second role on according to IMDb. And I think she could take that Dolores Umbridge character and just flip it around from this calm, passive-aggressive character to this just psychotic, chaotic Joker. That is Martha Wayne. Probably won't have that much screen time, just probably a cameo type of thing. But it'd be fun to see her kind of play that, and it was hard to find somebody that could be a female Joker. But I think she would do a good job. As the Joker, she was able to own Dolores. Honestly, till this day, most people still hate her for that role. And I think she could absolutely pedigree herself in this role as a female Flashpoint Joker, Martha Wayne. And we'll also see some returning characters from other franchises, such as Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Aquaman as Jason Momoa, Patrick Wilson as Ocean Master, Cyborg with Ray Fisher, and Slade Wilson with Joe Manganiello. For Ocean Master, we could just say that in this universe, you know, they actually befriended each other since little and decide to, you know, be together and be a family, and just for the greater good of Atlantis. For Subject 1, Kal-El, I picked Tobey Maguire, and this is expecting Henry Cavill to not return for the role of Superman. Flashpoint Superman is actually very thin, and he's not as powerful as he was raised in a bunker. This is because in this timeline, Superman actually crashed into Metropolis and the government took him in order to make him into a super soldier. Tobey will do great in this role of Superman, as he is much less intimidating and requiring less bulk. He's a great actor with a lot of experience in the superhero landscape, as he was Spider-Man for all of our childhoods for those that grew up with him. He does a great job playing these emotional hurt characters, and he will absolutely kill it in this role. For Lex Luthor, I decided to recast because I did not like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, so I'm going to recast him with James McAvoy. James has already played a bald comic book character in the X-Men series as a young Professor X. He has a lot of range too, especially as a villain, as he played 8 of them in the movie Split, and he will do a great job as Lex Luthor in this movie, even though Lex just appears for a little bit and is killed off pretty quickly in Flashpoint, but it'd still be great to see him. Alright, and here's another special one. This is pretty short, but it's a casting of Iris West, which is Barry's love interest and his wife, who I think should be played by Rachel Brosnahan. And she's the star of Amazon's The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and she will absolutely kill it as Iris. She looks like Iris in the comics, even in this picture. And to be honest, that was one of the reasons why I cast her, besides the fact that she's actually a really good actress. And it'd be great seeing her on the big screen next to our Barry Allen. For Captain Cold, Leonard Snart, I chose Macaulay Culkin. And yes, that Macaulay Culkin. Some of you may be going crazy over this casting due to his history with drugs. And he hasn't really been on anything impressive aside from his Home Alone back in the 90s. But I think this will be a great comeback role for him, even though in this movie he's just the mayor of the city, and he doesn't resemble the character the way Wentworth Miller does in the CW shows, but he would do great. I think he will also do a great Riddler, but that's a topic for another video. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. Who is going to play Professor Zoom, Eobard Thawne, better known as Reverse Flash? The honor of playing this character goes to Anthony Starr. In my past video about the Fantastic Four, I casted him as Doctor Doom, and I mentioned that there was another character that I wanted to cast him as, and this is it. And to be honest with you, this is actually my preference for him. He will absolutely kill it as a Reverse Flash. Even in The Boys, in that scene where he had the glowing red eyes, it just reminded me of the CW show when Reverse Flash would just appear as this yellow blur with red eyes. And I feel like that will be a great visual for the movie. Not only that, his personality even reminds me of Eobard Thawne. Even people on the internet, when The Boys first came out, just started saying that he would be a perfect Reverse Flash, and I couldn't agree more. I was one of those people. And as I mentioned, he has just such a villainous aura to himself, and he would do wonders in the role of the iconic Flash villain. I can absolutely picture him in that iconic yellow suit, making sure Barry doesn't escape reality, or trying to make sure that Barry doesn't escape this reality as everything's going to hell until the end of Flashpoint, which if you read the comics, you know how he ends. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. For next week's video, we're going to look into what Fox property will join the MCU first. Is it the X-Men, the Fantastic Four? Would it be Deadpool? We will cast a few roles depending on the characters that we have. We're not gonna recast Deadpool. Nobody could do it besides Ryan Reynolds, but for any character that we drop, if we throw in anyone standalone, that will be casted in that video too. See ya!